Hello friends, welcome to LeggLife. You guys, there has been a lot of Disney news lately, and most of it, honestly, hasn't been great. Right? From canceled cruises to Disney Magical Express news, Disneyland still not being open. Just, I know a lot of it has bummed a lot of people out.
Yeah.
And so we thought in this video, you know what, gosh darn it, we need to remember the magic. We need to remember all of the things that we love about Disney. So in today's video, we are sharing with you our favorite Disney memories.
Hope with this video is that with all of the kind of bad or sad news that has been going around, that we can remember why we love Disney.
So we've gone back and talked about our past cruises, our past resort stays, our past parks trips, and we've kind of come up with this list of just memories that honestly we really love. Now, some of these are things that you guys will have seen in our vlogs. Some of these are things that might be familiar to some of you, but some of these are kind of new. I don't know that we've shared some of this stuff on our channel.
Yeah.
So Sherry Beth, let's just dive into our magical list of Disney memories.
One of my favorite memories ever was the first time I went to Disneyland. It was in 2013 with him. And he had been there before, but I hadn't, and so like the whole time he's just like staring at me as we're like walking through the gates, and I cried. And
like as soon as we entered Disneyland.
I did. And I think it was just sort of like an overwhelming feeling. I had been to Disney World. I loved Disney World. I loved Disney in general, but I'd never been to Disneyland, and that's kind of where it all started. And Walt had been there, and it was just like, it all just sort of hit me. Like literally I walked through the gate and I started to cry.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm great.
That's right. I'm so happy.
And he was like, okay. So I think that's really my favorite memory. And I mean, that was, I can't add, but like 7 or 8 years ago now, and it's still like when we kind of started talking about doing this kind of a video, I was like, this one, I need to talk about this memory.
And what I love about that day, there were so many memories that I still remember from that day, is that the tears actually didn't stop at the beginning of the day.
They sure didn't.
They actually lasted all day. And another one of my favorite Disney memories, and I will never forget this. So our favorite nighttime Disney show is World of Color at California Adventure.
Yep.
We love it. It's beautiful. It's just, I don't know, it's so special to us.
Yeah.
And we're watching World of Color at the end of our day, right? It's been perfect.
Yeah.
And I look over at Sherry and just tears.
Like, it's not just like, you know, I get a little misty. Like, I was like tears, like crying.
Full on tears of just how beautiful it was and how magical it was, and just everything about it was so that first Disneyland trip to Disneyland to California Adventure was full of tears and emotions. And yeah, even 7 years later, when we look back on that trip, it is just like full of amazing memories.
Yeah. And another one of our favorite memories was actually just the exact opposite when the first time we went to Disney World. Yeah. Because I had been to Disney World several times growing up, but he had never been. And so this time I got to watch him, and he didn't cry, but it was like the sheer like wonder of like walking into the Magic Kingdom was so much fun to watch on his face. Getting
to see the big castle in person, right? Just like getting to have that experience together. And it really was so perfect because I got to watch her experience Disneyland the first time. She got to watch me experience Disney World the first time. Yeah. We got to experience Disney cruises together the first time. And there's just like, we've gotten to share so many Disney memories together that the first time in Disney World, to me, I will never forget that. I will never forget that first time walking down Main Street, the first time seeing the castle.
Wow.
Just, I mean, everything about it. Really,
that's a castle.
Now that's a castle, right? Exactly. Right. It's like, and I remember thinking like, oh yeah, Disneyland's castle really is small. Like, because I didn't know. I was like, I'd heard that, but oh yeah, then you kind of see it. But yeah, for me, that first trip to Disney World, absolutely magical. Yeah.
We're gonna hop back over to Disneyland for a minute. When we took our niece, Kaylin, to Disneyland, she was 9 at the time, and we did the whole Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique thing with her, and she was Cinderella, and she was a princess all day long, and she ate it up. But her favorite princess is Cinderella, and she got to meet Cinderella, and I have this picture of her that is just one of my very favorites. We were waiting for Cinderella to finish with the little girl in front of us, and Kaylin like peeked around this beam, and she's, you know, all done up in her little bun and her dress, and just like watching Cinderella, and she was so excited and so shy, and she went up there and she talked to her for a minute, and then they went to take the picture, and they both at the same time lifted up their dress on either side. I was just like, this is the cutest thing ever. Yeah, like, it was so much fun.
If you guys follow us on Instagram, I actually just posted that photo the other day of Kaylin and Cinderella.
We never told Kaylin to do that. Like, she just did it. Like, she lifted up her dress as Cinderella lifted up her side, and I was just like, this is adorable.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it was that trip was really fun for us because, you know, we don't have kids, so we've always done the parks together as adults.
Right.
And so that was the first time that we got to see Disney through the eyes of a child.
Right.
And it was so fun to watch her have that experience. And then to us, it just meant so much because then, like, later on, we got to take our nephews to Disney World and go there with them. And so
get to see it through their eyes as well.
It's
so fun.
It's been so magical. And so, so for us, yeah, I will never ever forget the Bippity Boppity Boutique, the way that she was treated the whole rest of that day.
Right.
Just, oh, hello, princess.
All day. I was just like, I love this so much.
The best. Absolutely the best.
Yep.
Another one of our favorite Disney memories actually was before we even got to this next thing.
Right.
It's as we were driving to Port Canaveral for our very first Disney cruise. There's this moment, and if you guys have done this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's this moment when you get to a place and you can see the ship for the first time. It's off in the distance
as you're
still.
driving up.
Oh my gosh. It's like, that's it. Like, that's the ship. Like, like it's in person.
Right.
We had never seen a Disney cruise ship in person before.
Nope.
And so we're driving up and we see it, and it was just like this. Oh, that's totally what it was. It was like there were beams from heaven shining down on the Disney dream. Yeah. And I just remember seeing that ship and being like, this is real.
We're doing this.
Like, we're doing this. Like, we're going to get on that ship.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, we have lots and lots of Disney cruise memories, but there really is something about seeing the ship that you're getting on for the first time that is just spectacular.
And sticking with the cruise thing for just a second, the first time that we cruised with our friends Desi and Ida, I mean, seeing the cruise for the first time through their eyes was also like doing it all again. Like, it was our first cruise kind of all over again because we kind of knew what to expect, but like they didn't, and it was just like walking onto the ship, and I just like wanted to watch their faces the whole time, and it was so fun.
And I'm just realizing, actually hearing Sherry talk about going with Desi and Ida, it reminds me of, you know, earlier today I posted on our Instagram and asked you guys for your favorite Disney memories, just because we knew we were doing this video, and I wanted to know your guys' experience. What are your memories? And so many of your responses were things like this. Yeah. It was the first time you went with somebody to a park and they saw a castle. It was the first time your kids walked on the ship. It was the first time you, right? And it's not always about the first time that we all get to experience something. Right. It's when you get to watch somebody experience something.
Yeah.
Like, there is just something about watching the magic come alive in another person that is almost as magical and wonderful as watching it come alive in us for the first time.
If not more so, because we kind of have like that, we know what that feels like, and to watch it on somebody else's face is just like, yes.
Well, and I remember, sorry, totally rabbit trail now, but like I'm remembering when we were just in Florida and walked into the Grand Floridian and Auburn being like, you guys wait here, I want to go ahead of you.
I want to see your face.
And like, just now I'm thinking about how that's what I want to see. I want to see people's face when they walk into the cruise atrium for the first time and they're clapping and they look up and they see it all. Right? I want to see their face when they see the castle for the first time. And so so many memories for us really are experiencing this together, but then also getting to have these experiences with other people that we love.
Yeah. And keeping with that theme, another experience we got to share with people we love was the first time we walked into the bungalow at the Polynesian.
It's hard for me to pinpoint like one favorite memory, but I do think it was the first time walking in.
Like, it was just like a collective gasp.
Because it was, and it was all of the sense. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually inside, like legally, right? Like I didn't break in to be here. And then just like the smell in there, and you look straight forward and you see across the lagoon, and you see the
castle.
Just everything about that first moment walking into the bungalow is something, again, for the rest of my life, I will always remember just all of the senses and the emotion I felt doing that.
Yeah.
And the next memory, I think for both of us, has to do with our trip to Disneyland Paris. You know, we had heard, to be totally honest with you, we had heard a lot of not great reviews about Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
And so we didn't really know what to expect. We sort of tempered our expectations.
We went into it with some lowered expectations because we weren't really sure.
Totally. But we got there and we had one of the most amazing days.
Yes.
Like it was, I just remember looking around at one point and feeling like somehow this feels completely familiar yet totally new.
Yes.
Right? It was like the Disney that we love of the parks, and it felt familiar to us, but then like it's French and it's different and it's new.
I was like, are we really here? I think I said that like 10 times that day.
All day long. That was Sherry saying,
here?
am I really here? Like, am I really
Is
here?
this actually happening?
And so like just the experience of the park, but then like below the castle. First of all, most beautiful castle that we've seen.
Oh, yeah. Like literally it's been the lock screen on my phone since the day we were there.
And they have a dragon.
In May 2017.
They have a dragon.
They have a dragon.
There's a dragon.
That blows smoke.
It's not real.
And then...
Maybe it is. We don't know.
In the parade,
yeah,
they have another dragon that blows fire.
It was just such a cool experience to us. That whole day, it so exceeded all of our expectations. And I remember... a memory attached to the day at Disneyland Paris, I remember the feeling of almost euphoria we had on the train ride back to Paris at the end of the night. Because we get on the train and we sat down and it was almost just like this. Oh, that happened.
Oh my gosh.
Like that was real.
I'm not ready for this to be over.
I know. And so it was just, that was such a special day for us.
Yes, it was.
We're excited. Like we cannot wait to go back there because it's definitely happening someday. But getting to experience that first together, again, it was so familiar. It was the Disney that we love, but it was also so new. And I think that combination of things really made it magical.
Yes. And one of our favorite memories from our very first Disney resort stay was at Aulani when we got to make the ears. And y'all know, I actually love making ears. And so as soon as I saw that this was one of the things you could sign up for, I was like, yes, sign me up. And it was so much fun. First of all, the best cast member like ever.
Michelle, you're amazing.
Great.
Oh, so good.
Like she just kind of made the experience super magical, but like even if they just been like, yeah, the stuff is over there, I would have been like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Like it was so fun to just like make Aulani themed ears at Aulani, and I was just like, this is so much fun.
That was that was one of those, sometimes when you go to like these I don't know, these classes, you don't really know what to expect, right? Is this going to be hokey?
Right.
You know, is this going to be kind of cheesy?
Well, and I didn't know if it was going to be geared more toward children.
Exactly.
And it was really just like, here's all of the supplies, make what you want. And so it was geared toward children if you wanted it to be, but it was also like there were lots of adults in there doing it.
And we had so much fun doing it.
Yes.
Like it was an absolute blast. That was one of those highlights of that stay. When I think of like activities and things we did at Aulani, I always think about the ear making class.
Yes.
And one thing I also think about was the time that we got absolutely trapped in a rainstorm. Because we did not have the best weather there.
Terrible weather.
Yeah, I was trying to be kind to Mother Nature so that maybe
Hawaii, get it together.
Maybe she's better to us next time. But we were getting lunch and we're sitting outside by the pool, kind of under these tables or under the umbrellas.
Because it's pouring rain.
Pouring rain. So we're just trying to like basically eat
we're
lunch.
Like huddling under the table like to not get soaked.
And so we're eating our lunch and we're huddling under the umbrella, trying to not get rained on. And the whole area we're in is empty except for one other table. And it was this younger couple who was just kind of across from us, and you just kind of naturally get talking. And it was so fun because they were just like, are you guys on YouTube?
Because they saw us with
our camera. We're like, yeah. And then we started talking about like other like Disney YouTubers that they watch and that we had watched and all that kind of stuff. And it was this just funny memory of all of us just huddled, like trying to avoid getting soaked while eating our lunches, talking about Disney YouTube. And then I remember the rain stopped and it was like, nice to meet you, bye.
Okay, bye.
Right? So we just like went on with our day. But even in the middle of like the craziest rainstorm, we were still able to like connect with other people and just have a great memory.
And I don't think that we can talk about favorite Disney experiences without talking about Castaway Cay.
That's exactly right. If you don't know, it's Disney's private island that many of their cruises go to. And we've been there a few times now, and we obviously had heard a ton about it, right, leading up to our first cruise. And then to actually be there, and you're in this, I don't even know how to describe it. You're in this perfectly created place.
Paradise.
That feels perfect in every way. It's Disney. It's relaxing. The food's delicious. They have
white sand,
banana soft serve.
They do, yeah.
Like, I mean, everything about it is
they
just...
have people that will just bring you drinks.
Oh, it's the greatest. And so, like, I feel like every memory at Castaway is really just so great. Like, we love going there.
Yeah, the first time we went, like, it very quickly became one of our favorite relaxing spots in the world.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Another thing that I just love, and this has to do with cruising, so we've been on 6 cruises now, and every one of them has had the pirate night. And first of all, it's just so much fun to see, like, everybody dress up. Like, that's just so much fun. But the fireworks at sea. So I love fireworks, and I love the fireworks behind the castle. Like, that's always magical. There is something about being in the middle of the ocean with nothing but dark water around you, and then these big bright fireworks over your head that's just like, this is the best. Like, it's so fun, and I never get tired of seeing that.
No, I agree with you. It's one of the highlights for me of every single Disney cruise that we've been on that has that, just because they're so amazing and it's so unique, and I know that we've seen like fireworks again, like Sherry said, at Disney parks. We've seen like local firework displays and shows, that kind of stuff. But that for us was an experience that we never had. We've never seen fireworks at sea.
Right.
We've never had this experience before, and it is always a highlight. In fact, vlogging it, it's one of those things that I vlog the entire show every time, and then I'm like, I can't include the whole show. You know what I mean? It's like, I've got to edit this down. Because like every fireworks show, I'm just like, this is amazing. I can't believe this. But then you get to watch
it again while you're editing.
That's a good point. So you kind of get to relive it a couple of times. But I agree, fireworks at sea are so cool.
It's so magical just to be able to see that.
And the reality is, when it comes to Disney memories, we could go on and on and on, and this could be like a multiple hour video.
Right, and we could talk for hours.
Because one of the things that I love about Disney is that as we start talking about a specific memory, it reminds us of others that are attached to it.
Yeah.
Right? That as we talk about a favorite memory from one trip, we're reminded of a dozen other memories from that trip. And a dozen other people and a dozen other just like favorite things. Yeah. And so it's been good for me because, again, I've seen the news online. I've gotten messages from a lot of you guys about how bummed it's been when cruises get canceled, when, trips get reworked, just all of the kind of stuff that's been going on. And I get that this is a bummer of a season. It's been a bummer of a year for a lot of people when it comes to Disney trips and vacations and experiences. But here's what I'm excited about, is that all of these memories that we just talked about, we're going to be able to make more of those in the future.
Right. It's going to happen.
We don't know when. We don't know what those are going to look like.
Right.
But there will be more memories to come. It might not be as soon as we'd like, but if we were to make this video 700 videos from now, right, here on our channel, we would have a whole new list of favorite Disney memories.
Right.
Things that we got to experience together with friends, with people that we love, with each other, in places that we love and are special to us. And so just kind of as a reminder to all of us as we can get down and bummed out about Disney news and things, are canceled and changed and taken away and removed, but there is still magic there. And I'm convinced that there's going to be more Disney memories for all of us.
Right. And in the meantime, we can just really relive our memories.
Absolutely. So if you're in a place where it's like, you know what, cruises got canceled, you're feeling bummed out, you're kind of down about some of the news, be intentional and take time and say, you know what are some things that when I look back on my Disney experiences are just my highlights? What are my magical moments? And spend some time reliving those, and then be encouraged because you're going to get to make more of those in the future.
It's going to happen.
Your Disney magical moments are not done. Ours are not done either. We have many more to come in the future. So here's what I want from you guys. I've already asked you on Instagram, and many of you guys have already responded. But in the comments below, I want to hear your favorite Disney memories.
Yep.
Tell me what they are. When you think of Disney, what are your go-to like happy magical moments? If you want to tell us one down below, if you want to write a whole novel down below, we will read all of that kind of stuff. And so we would just love to hear some of your favorite Disney memories. Friends, you guys know we love you. We're so thankful that you are part of our community. We're so thankful that you follow along here on our journey. If you have not hit that subscribe button down below, we would love, love, love to have you subscribe to our channel, because we have a lot more Disney memories to make in the future.
We do.
And we're bringing you guys along for all of them. Friends, we love you, and we'll see you on the next LeggLife video.